like Elvis. October 1st. That brings fall fashion season, which is boots, sweaters, and hats and scarves. It brings pumpkins, which brings McDonald's has their pumpkin spice lattes right now, pumpkin bread, and Halloween, which means jack-o'-lanterns. Now, jack-o'-lanterns have been around for a long, long time. But if we go way back, jack-o'-lanterns weren't always used with pumpkins. See, pumpkins they are native to America, and they weren't discovered to use as a jack-o'-lantern until immigrants came over from England, Scotland, and Ireland to use them as a jack-o'-lantern. And this tradition of the jack-o'-lantern started way back in Ireland. There was an Irish myth called Stingy Jack. And Stingy Jack was an evil man. Evil. He played games with the devil. He would play games and barter for the devil to claim his soul. And the last game he played, he won. And the devil was not to claim his soul for 10 years. Well, a little time after that game, Jack died. Stingy Jack died. And God would not accept him into heaven because he was an evil man. But Satan couldn't accept him into hell because that's what he lost his agreement. So, Stingy Jack was bound to ride around on earth with a light, which he put into a pumpkin. Now, people and families in Ireland and Scotland and England, they would carve out turnips, radishes, and potatoes and put their lights in them and place them near doorways and windows to keep away the evil spirits and the spirit of Stingy Jack. And then it wasn't until immigrants came over to America that they discovered that the pumpkin was an ideal thing to do this. So that is how the tradition of the jack-o'-lantern started. Now that we know some about it, we're going to start by learning how to carve our own pumpkin. And the first step is to pick your own pumpkin. Now you see, when you pick a pumpkin, you want one that is smooth and unblemished on the front and flat. So ideal for your design that you want to carve. Now I have two here. I have one that's taller, and this one's flat-faced, and this one's more round and awkward. And so obviously I'm going to pick the one on the left as the right pumpkin to choose. So you choose a pumpkin that you're liking, and you have one that's a smooth and unblemished face, ideal for carving. What'd you do? It's not working. What'd you do? You pressed enter so many times. Okay. I really don't want to do this again. Is there a way I can not? Alright, sorry about the technical difficulties. We have old computers here in school. But the next step would be to gut your pumpkin, which this is a gross, nasty part. My least favorite part about carving a pumpkin. But first you cut off the lid, and you have to make sure you cut off the excess that's on it, because it's not going to come out perfectly flat. Then you have all your guts inside. And you have to reach your hand in or spoons, and you just clean it out as much as possible, so that way it's a hollow pumpkin. Because you can't carve your design with a full pumpkin, it just does not make sense. And then our next part is to design your pumpkin. Now I went on Google and Pinterest, and I looked at different designs, and I found Tinkerbell. I like Tinkerbell. But so then what I do is I copy the design down. I kind of sketched it onto my pumpkin, and then so that way I know where to cut and what to do. Next, you have to cut out your design, which isn't always easy or fast. But this pumpkin took me about maybe an hour to do. But you have to carefully cut out and be careful when you use sharp things. I almost cut myself several times with the knife I used. So. And then after the end, you take it and you put a candle or a tea light in the bottom, and you put your top back on, and you stand back and you enjoy the show. Now Halloween in most countries is celebrated with religious practices. But here in the U.S., it's with trick-or-treating and jack-o'-lanterns. So as you carve a pumpkin this Halloween, now you know where it came from, and you can tell your friends because it's not just a random story, it fits in with the theme of the holiday. Was that horrible?